Okay, hello Heidi, welcome in. It seems like this card came out for the theme for the night, the Two of Wands, which is basically telling us that there's a lot of planning involved, new discoveries. It seems like a lot of people are leaving their current circumstances and are going to plan out their next move for this month of February. Oh, you don't have any completely to share. Welcome, Boogie. You could put at everyone in the general chat. Oh hell yeah. How are you doing? I'm okay. How are you? Hello, Martinez. Martinez, if you could you share the live with some of our fellow dumplings? I'm good. That's good. I did start live a little early so that we can build up the momentum. And then we're going to go right into it, starting with Aries. Shall we begin? Okay, Aries. Let's start with Aries. Hello, Martinez. All right. What can you tell me regarding Aries for the beginning of February of 2026? What are some important messages for Aries? See, this one's sticking out. Okay, we have the King of Wands upright, which is involving adventure and impulsiveness. What can you tell us for Aries for the beginning of February? What are some important messages for Aries that needs to know for the beginning of February? We got the Knight of Pentacles that came out. Can I get more cards, please? This one's sticking out. We got the Queen of Pentacles. So we have Wands and Pentacles coming out. Some cardinal energy involved in this read for February. Okay, and then we have the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, so what this is telling me is so far for Aries for February. There seems to be a thrill for adventure and impulsiveness. Like, it's like there's sudden motivation, an urge to go forward with something. It seems like in terms of finance, it looks like that this feels like a work reading, a work and business reading. So for Aries, it seems like you're passionate about proceeding further in your career. It shows me that you're going to be working very hard with the Nine of Pentacles going forward. Very efficient and carrying out more responsibilities. It also looks like you are trying to nurture something. It's like you're going forward in making more advances at your job, proceeding with responsibilities, and it's because you want to nurture something else. You want to have the finances to give back. So it seems like you're working hard towards something of value outside of the workplace. Like you found something that made you want to keep going forward and work harder. And it seems like with the Three of Wands in reverse, it seems like there's some unexpected delays that is kind of like stopping you from like proceeding forward when it comes to career movements. It seems like there might be some issues, personal issues that might be halting you from proceeding forward, but that isn't stopping you from like going after this and focusing on work. It seems like right now it just seems like it's not within view, but it's within passion. It's within your mind. It's just sometimes like things kind of hold us down temporarily, but like don't worry, you just have to proceed and continue being relentless with your efforts. What are some hidden factors for Aries? Can you tell me some hidden factors for Aries for the month of February? The beginning? Oh. I'll do it again. That seems like too many. For the beginning of February, what are some hidden factors for Aries? These are sticking out. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Ten of Swords. I mean, the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is telling me so far in terms of hidden factors. I'm going to pull out more cards, but this is telling me that it seems like you have a lot of self-respect and self-confidence in yourself. However, it seems like you're also kind of like feeling burnt out and stressed out. Like when you know like what you're worth and what you're capable of, sometimes you just do it yourself, but it seems like you're carrying a lot of burdens and it's stressing you out and it's causing you to like feel like you're being burdened. Like there's a lot that you're doing right now for the beginning of February, and that might cause you to feel insecure and do more than you need to. Yeah. Because with this in reverse, it's showing me with the Queen of Wands in reverse, you have a lot of like self-confidence in your skill set and everything that you do and how you go about things. It's just that when you're like that and you're so capable, you kind of have a hard time trusting others. And so you try to do everything yourself. What about this in regards to hidden factors that you could tell me for Aries? Okay. We have the Hermit card in reverse that came out. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse that came out. So it seems like some hidden factors that's warning you here is that with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's showing me that there's an obsession with work and hustling. So much so that you start to withdraw from everyone and you're isolating yourself. And this could cause your burnout. It's like, you know what you're capable of doing. You have a lot of confidence in yourself. So you carry most of the burden by yourself. You don't really trust on others. And because of that, you're withdrawing yourself from a lot of people. You're coming off really introvert. And you're just being obsessed with work and trying to like make sure that this is your only thing. It seems like Aries is very strong, coming in strong with February with strong like focus and passion on finances and working. There's a lot of like diligent discipline that seems to be going on here for Aries. Just be careful, Aries, because like, you know, as eager as you are to go forward, like there's always a point where you have to rest. And it seems like this Aries that might be resonating with this is going to be so obsessed with work that they're going to be withdrawing from like a lot of people for the beginning of February. I'm going to actually pull cards for advice on this deck. Thank you, Martinez. So what's some advice that you can give for Aries regarding the beginning of February? What are some advice you can give Aries? We have these cards coming out. We have the Five of Wands upright, the Temperance in reverse, the Sun in reverse, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and then the Page of Swords upright. For advice. Okay, so there might be some Aries out there that's experiencing a lot of like competition and rivalry in the workplace. It's also showing me that there might be a separation in the workplace as well. Like there's not much of a unity going on. Everyone's kind of like separated, and it's causing a lot of like rivalry between employees. It's also showing me some confusion and sadness that you might be feeling. There's also a lot of like enthusiastic like energy coming in with like different ideas. So basically, like in terms of advice, I would have to say that like if there's times that you feel like there is conflict at the workplace that's causing people to separate and it's making everyone competitive, like you might feel worried and you might feel like confused, but like at the end of the day, continue with your hard work and to always be enthusiastic about exploring new ideas. It's always good to like be innovative, but it's also very open. It's also very good to be open to ideas and be curious to learn more about the like your environment. This will come along a long way in the work spot. So for a lot of the areas where this resonates to in regards to the workplace, like just if you feel like sad by separation of in the workplace, like rivalry and such, like maybe people you thought were your friends aren't really your friends, you know, take it easy, just take a step back and just focus on, you know, working hard like you diligently are already, and just be open to different ideas and, you know, contribute ideas to the team that might help, and also like learn more about like your area of interest and where you're working at and what other teams work with your team. You know, everything falls into the big picture. So it's always good to ask questions as much as you can because it shows that you're interested in your work. Okay? So that was Aries. We're going to do Taurus next. Do we have any Tauruses in the chat? Where's Apples? To shuffle both decks. How you doing tonight? Welcome in, everyone. We are doing all signs for the month of February. We are currently on Taurus. Taurus. What can you tell me about Taurus for the month of February? Taurus, what can you tell me? Whatever messages that needs to come out for Taurus. Okay, we have these just flipped. We have the King of Pentacles upright, and then we have the Seven of Wands upright. So it seems like there might be okay, so this is already giving off like a lot of like financial challenges. This might be another like workplace question. So it's showing me that for the Tauruses out there, you might be experiencing some challenges in the workspace regarding businesses or, you know, regarding leadership, someone of power or someone who is, you know, like a boss. You might be having issues with a boss. This is the beginning of February for Taurus. Can you tell me a little bit more? Hi, Lemons. Did you finish your homework? Okay, we got some. We have the Knight of Swords, the Page of Cups. We have the Sun card in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So, it seems like Taurus, it seems like, okay, it seems like regarding the workspace or whatever situation might resonate with you regarding this, it looks like you are very ambitious and very fast thinking in coming forward with your ideas and saving the day. It also shows me that you are very curious and there's a lot of like creativity that's within your like range of like skill set that you can offer. So it seems like you're coming in with different like ideas and you're so eager to like facilitate that and share it with the team. But it also shows me that you're very down. You're very sad. Like there's like you've been feeling down lately and you just it's hard for you to really like feel positive about certain things. It also shows me like that there's some like there's like a lot of repressed feelings going on here. It seems like you're sad about something, but like you're holding it in and not really sharing that. Despite you coming in with all these ideas and want to like go to energy, like I'm gonna go in with these ideas. It's gonna instead of being like really excited and optimistic, it seems like you might actually be feeling really negative because you have a lot of repressed feelings. So this feels split. This like I'm not sure if this is like you're feeling depressed in the workplace because you feel like you're being blocked out with your ideas, or maybe like your current real life issues are like this is something personal that you have a hard time like opening up and you're really down. So in order to like distract yourself, you're being very busy in the workplace and trying out different ideas there. But there's also this block that happens because you're feeling down and depressed, if that makes sense. No, but I did start it. Shaking my head. Hey, Ashley Fonzie, how are you? Welcome in. We're doing Taurus right now. Can I get some hidden factors for Taurus? This seems very complex, Taurus. Are you perhaps like really down and just using the workplace as a place to escape? Can I get some hidden factors for Taurus? See these sticking out. Okay. So we have the Hangman upright. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles upright. For hidden factors, it seems like for February, for Taurus, you're going to be dealing with some setbacks and delays. And because of that, there's a part of you that is taking advantage of the stillness of your circumstances. It seems like you're really sitting down and reflecting on yourself and working on yourself. Like, it seems like repetitive tasks are what keeping you like in autopilot and sustaining you, while like you're mentally like still trying to recover or heal. I think this also pertains to the cards from earlier. It seems like deep down you haven't really found the thing that makes you like happy, and so you're focusing on work, you're being diligent in the workspace, and you're continuing these work patterns to help you get through the day. And there's a part of you that is, you know, feeling like you're stuck, but at the same time, in the stillness of time, you're also self-reflecting and trying to understand yourself and work on, you know, certain things that you might have messed up on that you kind of ignored and are looking at them now. I guess like people have their own like pace on how they want to handle their issues, and I think this is one of those periods where Taurus is really just gonna like do the job that they need to do and try to avoid the problems, but there's gonna be setbacks where they have to face the problems and face the things that they've been ignoring. Can I get some advice for Taurus? This seems like work related, but also like Aries. It seems like Taurus is having a hard time, you know, with an inner conflict, and they're using work to distract themselves. But it's only a distraction. It's just you that's like, it doesn't mean the problems go away. It's just like you're kind of like putting it off. but there will be like delays that's gonna stop you from like putting it off, and you're gonna have to face it. Some advice for Taurus. Oy. Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles upright, we have the Chariot upright, we have the Six of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So let's start with this. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is, Taurus, advice. You're thinking about the future, just in general. It's important to keep planning for the future. It's important to always be resilient and strong. Your willpower is very important here. So like what it's telling me here is like, keep planning for your future. Really take time to think about the future and investing your time and where it goes. Like, is this something worth investing my time and energy in, you know? And like, don't just go into it. Hold back and think about things first, and plan it out first before doing something. There's going to be moments where you feel like your willpower is being challenged, but you have to like hold back and think, is this worth wasting my time into or investing my time into? And, you know, do I gain anything from doing this, like investing into it? Like, these are times where you have to really pause and think about things before like running in with your horns, you know? Followed by the Six of Swords and the Seven of Swords, which is consistent. It's showing me that like there are some unresolved issues that you have, and if you ignore advice or like you could break into your old habits, you won't be able to move on from those issues. And it seems like this is the inner conflict that you are avoiding. These Six of Swords and then this followed by the Seven of Swords is basically saying you need to like focus on the issue at hand in order for you to move on. And if you continue to ignore like advice or you go into your old habits, you're never going to move on. It's going to be like an endless cycle. So think about your future and plan it. And honestly, really consider what's worth investing your mental energy and emotional energy into it before like going in. Okay? That was for Taurus. Next, we have Gemini. I'm going to do a hard shuffle. I'm going to do that every two, like, zodiacs. Also, like, if you have Taurus in your birth chart, check the placement and see if this is impacting you. You might not be a Taurus sun, but if you have, like, Taurus placements that might be impacted by that reading, you know, it's worth a shot. And you can always like check your birth chart online or like use CoStar or something. You know, all you really need to know is your birthday, the city you were born in, the time you were born in, and then it'll spit out a chart with your birth chart and the zodiacs that fall into those placements. And those placements will tell you like what area of your life those zodiacs are like impacting, you know? And we can always talk birth charts if you guys like. Yes. Where's the Geminis? Where are my Geminis in the chart? Geminis are very interesting zodiacs. I'm not gonna lie. I get along with Geminis because they're an air sign and I'm a fire sign. They're very mischievous people. But they're very good at adapting in social circumstances. You're a Gemini. you're a Gemini moon. Okay, let's get this reading started. Gemini, what are some important messages for Gemini for the first half of February? Oh, this one looks like they wants to come out. Seven of Cups up. Wait, no, Seven of Cups in reverse came out. So this card seems like there's it seems like you're feeling very overwhelmed with choices for the first half of February. And like I'm sensing a lot of like confusion here. Let's pull out more cards. Can you tell me more? Tell me more for Gemini, please. We got another Knight of Swords. It seems like you're trying to charge into something upright. The Fool. Eight of Cups. Four of Wands and Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, these want to come out. Queen of Cups, and then Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Wands. Okay, for the first set of cards, it seems like you've been very withdrawn lately. You have a lot of ambition in trying to succeed and going forward. And sometimes with that in mind, you might be not really paying attention around you with the Fool card upright. It's talking about like opportunities and adventures and new things to begin. But something about the Fool card you have to always pay in mind to is the Fool card's not really paying attention to important things around them, you know? Like this person is basically like about to like fall off the cliff because they're too busy looking up instead of looking down. So this is always like a warning, like, you know, don't go into things blindly or you might like have an accident. And like the dog I noticed here, it seems like your dog, if any of you guys have like a dog pet or like a pet in general, like it seems like they're warning you about something. I don't know, pay extra mind to that to the first half of February. But with the Eight of Cups, it seems like you're gonna withdraw from something in fear that things aren't gonna work out, leaving behind something. It's like with this decision of like a new beginning, you're very excited to start it, but you're also leaving something behind, and it's like you feel disappointed. There's a sense of like, you know, like I'm leaving behind something, but this is a new opportunity. You just got to be careful and mindful on how you start. With the other cards that had come out, the Knight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and then the Four of Pentacles. So it seems like there's a deep level of like stinginess regarding finance. It seems like you've had a lot of financial issues, and it's like it took a big jab at your like confidence, and you feel like you're not really successful, and you have to like protect yourself and your ego from that. It's also showing me like you're taking care of yourself. Most importantly is like self-care, self-love, because of these financial difficulties and feeling like you've like failed because you have so much financial issues. But just know, like, regardless of all that, deep down there is passion. There is a level of like inspiration that you have that might make you impulsive and go after new opportunities. And I think that's what's going to happen in February. Maybe you're considering a new position or a new job, and you are like scared, you're confused. Like there are things that you want, but you can't have because of the financial issues. And so you're wondering if you should turn your back on your current circumstances and run towards the new opportunity and just being impulsive and inspired and like feeling inspired and going towards it. It's just that the cards are making sure that you're aware that this is your circumstances and just to be careful. This is just explaining the situation, of course. Like, can I get advice for Gemini? What are some advice we can give Gemini for February? We got some 3 cards that came out. 3 of Cups in reverse, 6 of Swords upright, 7 of Swords upright. Ace of Pentacles came out in reverse. Okay, these cards came out. So let's see. So, Gemini, your advice is, it looks like you're going to have a hard time with the idea of moving on and transitioning into whatever the next move is. It seems like something, you feel like there's a level of betrayal if you leave something behind. Like you feel like you're being selfish, and it takes a toll on your mentality. It stifles with your creativity sometimes. And it's very important for a Gemini to explore their creativity. Once they lose, like, motivation in doing the creative things that they enjoy, that's when it gets really bad. I think there's like a level of guilt that they feel of like, wanting to move on and doing something different. Of course, there's a lot of like financial circumstances that are coming into play with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, it's hard for you to enjoy life, and there's times that you might feel greedy and, kind of not want to like do what you have to do with your finances. But like, it's very important for you with the 7 of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the 2 of Cups. It's very important for you to plan your future and plan your growth, and having that willpower to sustain yourself and proceed with caution with those plans is what's going to really test you. Take time to really think things through and plan before you do. There is going to be that level of inspiration that you feel about starting something new and leaving something behind, but don't be impulsive. Take time to really think things through on what your next steps are. Plan it out step by step. And then just know, like, this might be like a situation that involves like either a partner or another person. Like maybe this is something that you need to talk it through with someone else that you find very valuable in your life. Maybe this is also like a working relationship. Maybe you feel like you might be backstabbing an employer or like a coworker. But this is something that is very personal. And if you need to address it with that other person, then by all means go forward with that. But you just have to be very transparent with that. And that was Gemini. Let's drink some water. Did anyone resonate with that so far? Yep. Okay. Because I don't know like what this is pertaining to. If you had to rate it out of 10, how much did it resonate with you? Just curious. Like a 7? Okay. That's not bad. Because this is meant to like predict something for the first half of February, and we're still in January. So just keep in mind this might happen within the next week or two. That's kind of like what happened in my last reading. Like things resonate with a lot of people instantly, and then it's just like things that were gonna happened. Mind you, it's January's still here, and we still have a few more days. So, I just want to make sure that this was thoroughly shuffled. I'm trying to transition to become a trainer next month. Really? That's so awesome. So, like, were those feelings like something that you felt too? Absolutely. Damn. I'm surprised. As long as these readings resonate and help you with your situation, you know, then I'm satisfied. So, something to think about. Okay. Next sign. Cancer. Awesome, Nikki. No problem. It seems like a lot of people are just focusing on their finances for February. It's surprising because, like, you know, February is like Valentine's Day. So I thought like maybe we'll have like love messages by now. But it seems like finance is what's really on most of the tarot's subject. Yep. Cancer. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I guess love ain't cheap. What's up, Laloon? People are like, listen, we got bills to pay, okay? Okay, Cancer. What can you tell me for Cancer? What are some important messages for Cancer for the first half of February 2026? We got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse that came out. Right off the bat, money. So with this Ace of Pentacles, what I'm getting from here is either there was a bad investment that was involved here, or there was a missed opportunity. Okay, we have the King of Wands in reverse. It seems like this might be opportunities, in my opinion. This is a situational reading. So this is not going to relate to just anyone of the Cancer. This is going to relate to specific Cancers that have this issue. So this is telling me basically, like, Cancer, you had high expectations. And it seems like you might have done something hasty that might have, like, involved a lost opportunity or a missed chance, or maybe even a bad investment of some sort. For the first half of February. Can you tell me more? Oh. Looks like we got the Seven of Swords in reverse. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay. So it seems like, Cancer, there is a lot of low energy for you right now for the beginning of February. It looks like you have like a lot of lack of motivation that's going on with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It seems like you're pulling away from something. If this is involving a partner, it seems like there won't be like any like intimacy or pulling away from someone. It's showing me that you're more like focused on your self-development, but there's no passion. Like, you know, there's things that you need to take care of internally, but you don't have the motivation to do it right now. It's also showing me like you're looking at things differently with the Seven of Swords in reverse. You might be keeping secrets, or there's like something that you need to come clean about regarding someone else or yourself. But I'm guessing with the way these are presented, like, there's a lot of self-clarity that you're reflecting on that you need to come clean with. Like either like you are in denial, or there's something you're not telling others, or you're not being completely honest with yourself. And because of that, there's a lot of like negative energy that you're feeling internally, and it's causing you to, you know, doubt yourself, you could say. And it's very hard for you to take care of yourself and improve yourself if you're not honest with yourself and the things that you need to work on. So, like Cancer, it seems like there's a missed opportunity here for you to really work on yourself. And you know that you have to, but it doesn't seem like you're really committing to it. You're kind of like being impulsive. Can you tell me some hidden factors for Cancer? We have the Six of Wands that came out. 10 of Wands came out. This is a lot of like fire energy too. 4 of Cups in reverse. And then the High Priestess. Okay, so it seems like on the outside, in front of many people, it seems like you have a lot of pride, you have a lot of self-confidence, but deep down, you're carrying so much extra responsibilities and burdens by yourself. It's like you're putting up like a facade that you're okay and you're strong and doing well, but deep down, there's a lot more going on the like deeper level, and it seems like you're withdrawing from a lot because you're trying to figure out like what makes you happy. There's a level of like intuition that's getting involved here, like with the High Priestess and then the 4 of Cups in reverse. It's telling me like you're starting to really like be sensitive and follow your intuition about things, and trying to find like acceptance in yourself to be happy. It's like you're still like learning so much about yourself, and you're trying to figure out like self-knowledge about what makes you happy, and intuitively following some warning signs about things that you might be in denial about. It feels like you might be like still self-reflecting on some missed opportunities with people and others. Maybe if something didn't work out with someone, like you're still kind of like, you know, burdened by that and feeling down about yourself, but you have to dig within yourself and really like look into like what are some things that you've done that were good and bad, and just coming to terms with that. You know, don't shoulder all the burden by yourself all the time. You know, it's okay to work hard, but don't burn yourself out. And it's just like it's hard. Like sometimes the Cancer's pride comes in, and they don't want to show that they're struggling, but it's important for you to, you know, not always like cover that up. You know, it seems like there's a lot of cover up here. It's okay to not be okay. What are some advice that we can give Cancer? We have the King of Wands upright. Got some cards coming out here. Okay, I'm going to read these cards because it seems like they really want to come out. We have the King of Wands upright. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which also came out earlier in the reading. We have the Hangman in reverse. We have the Sun in reverse. We have the Page of Cups. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. First things first. It seems like you're at a crossroads. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't seem like... It seems like you're kind of stuck in this view, and you're at a crossroad with it. Like you're not sure if you should be greedy or lead. You know, like like you could be a leader and be greedy, but you can also like be a leader that gives and thinks about others. Like that's like a whole thing we can talk about, like leadership. But I think in this sense, it's like in two directions. It's like you don't know if you should lead by example, be charismatic, and go through with like the positives of your vision, or if you should just be greedy and focus on like what makes you happy and like financial gain. It's like there's this vanity that's taking place and you're at a cross with that. Like, should I be like this or should I be like that? It seems like this is a situation that's really impacted you deeply and has like make you wonder like how you want to be um as a result from this circumstance. Like, will I let the circumstance define me in being someone who is more cautious and more greedy for myself and just focus on myself, or should I learn from it and lead from it through by leading by example, and then followed by the Queen of Cups, Page of Cups, and then the Sun in reverse. It's showing me that like you have a lot of nurturing energy, and you're very compassionate for others. You also inspire others a lot. You have like a young energy that's very bright, and there's so much like potential behind this that you should also consider in your thought process, like how people feed off of the energy that you give. And it's just like you're so kind, Cancer. You're always like nurturing others. You're always feeling inspired and all that stuff. And there's a level of freedom that people can feel with them with you. So it's just like, you don't know if you should cut that kind of like connection you have with others and just be more greedy, or continue in this direction in a way where you lead by example. And with the Sun in reverse, it just seems like you feel very lonely, and there's like a level of like sadness you're feeling, but just understand that it's all temporary. Nothing like this temporary sadness you're feeling is not going to last. It's going to go away soon. So just hang in there, Cancer. Hi, Coco. How are you, Coco? Guys, say hi to Coco. She's from the squirrel family. Hi, Cynthia. Welcome in. Were you able to get your car out? Welcome in, everybody. Next is Leo. Where's all my Leos in the chat? Made to McDonald's, I'm glad. Just a Leo rising here. Hi, lovely. I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah, the squirrel is awake. I abandoned him to come see you. Oh, thank you, Coco. I appreciate that. We're almost at Scorpio. I know you're a Scorpio. Right now we're at Leo. I thought like Sang was gonna come in chat, because I know he wanted to watch the Libra reading. Also got the call, I got the job. Yay! Congratulations! I'm happy for you, Cynthia. Seriously. When do you start? When's your first day? The squirrel is awake. Yo! That's so funny. I go in tomorrow to start paperwork and then go from there. Nice. I'm happy for you. Waste no time. Get that bread. He's live because he was supposed to be sleeping, but he said he tried to sleep and couldn't. Jesus Christ. So I guess Coco, if you could, ask him, like, is he still planning to watch Libra's reading from Nikki's live? Hi, Jay. Jay came just in time. We're about to do Leo. I'm gonna just do a very fast shuffle here, guys. Do we have any other Leos in the chat? I'll go ask BRB. Thank you, Coco. Coco is so sweet, guys. I keep meaning to go onto his live, but I haven't yet. I just go there really late at night when I'm like high off my ass and just joke around. He's invited me to guest a few times, and it's funny because I'm just too high and I just don't know what the fuck he's saying. And he's like asking me so many questions because, you know, he wants to like light up one day. And I'm like, alright, whatever. And then my flirtatious energy comes out. So it's entertainment to some extent, you know what I'm saying? See you, Kambugi. Thank you so much for your help today. Best of luck in your doctor's appointment. Okay, let's get this going. Oy, nako pastosis. Didn't see that. All right. I'll be back. Gotta fix something. Okay, I'll take a quick drink. Leo! What can you tell me for Leo for the first half of February of 2026? What can you tell me for Leo? Any important messages for Leo for the month of February of 2026? Okay, this one's sticking out. Page of Swords, upright. Looks like you're going to proceed with something new here. New ways of communication. Maybe even like thirst for knowledge. It seems like you're passionate about starting something new. Either learning something or going forward with a new idea. Okay, yeah, no, that's no problem, Coco. Thank you. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Empress that came out. It seems like, Leo, you've been thinking a lot lately. There's a lot of like inner feelings you've been experiencing lately about like how much you're giving back. Like, it seems like either some of you are thinking about like becoming a mother or how you're nurturing others around you. But there's also a lot of like self-care and self-love that you've been thinking about too. And you're wondering whether or not are you at that point where you should settle down or should you go and try different things? I feel like if I had to say it, I have to say Leo's kind of like going through like a midlife crisis type of like situation in the beginning of February. It's like you're trying to understand whether or not like you want to nurture or you want to continue focusing on yourself and doing things that you enjoy and love. And it seems like part of you is leaning towards like trying out something new ideas, or doing a new job, or even trying like learning new things that you enjoy. There's like a lot of self-discovery with Leo for the first half of February. Can you tell me more? Yeah, Cynthia, Aries was the first one. Don't worry, I will post the recording on YouTube afterwards. What are some more info? What can you tell me more about Leo? Okay. So, Leo. Be careful. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the Three of Wands upright. And then we have the Four of Swords upright, as well as the Four of Cups. Okay, so it seems like, and just some numbers that stand out here, 3344 might mean something. It feels like here that you are like not getting enough rest. And there's a period here where you need to really just relax, contemplate on things, and meditate. Most importantly, meditating, emptying your mind of all these thoughts and just rest. And once you feel more at zen with yourself is when you should start preparing for any possible opportunities that you might want to take. Because it's showing me here with the Queens of Swords in reverse, like you're coming off kind of cold-hearted, because deep down, like, you're a little overly emotional. You might be a little overwhelmed with all these thoughts, and you need to prepare for whatever your next step will be. And right now, like, you are not in the right state to charge into making any, like, you know, decisions or like obligations or whatever. It's like you're still thinking about what you want and what you want to do. And it's just like, don't act yet until you're 100% sure what you want to do. And it doesn't seem like you're taking a break either. It seems like there's a lot going on right now, and you're giving a lot of yourself to others. There's a lot of apathy involved, and it seems like you're secluding yourself from a lot of people to really just think things through. But overall, I think with these two cards, the biggest thing here is meditation. Maybe the number 4 is important. I would think that maybe February 4th might be an important date. Or maybe, you know, 4 o'clock means something. I don't know. 4 means something here. It's standing out to me. And the 2 3s are standing out to me. But most importantly, I think you need to retreat and really just empty out your mind and then feel what resonates with whatever thing that you want to do. Whether it's to, you know, focus on things that make you happy or nurturing others. Like, this is I don't know why, like, you might be a cross between these two roads, but what's important here is just you being able to rest. I'm sensing a lot of exhaustion in your reading, and before you proceed, you have to plan things out. Okay, like, think about the risks and think about the positives, and then just consider things once more once you're fully rested. Because right now you're a little bit overly emotional and you're not in the right state of mind to make any decisions or interact with people. You might actually snap at people without intentionally to. Let's get some advice for Leo. What are some advice that we can give Leo pertaining to their situation in February? We have the 3 of Swords upright. We have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Oi, knuckle buster see. And then we have the 7 of Wands in reverse, the 8 of Pentacles upright, and then the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So let's see, what are the advice here? Okay. It seems like there might be issues with family. There might be issues with family here and grief. A lot of heartache involved. You might also be caught in like in a love triangle. Like, if this resonates with you, like, let it be. But if it doesn't, you know, force the message. But it just seems like there's a lot of instability that's going on in a lot of like your relationships, like with others and family, and you feel lonesome. And there's also a level of like feeling the lack of motivation that comes into play, and like there's like you're kind of like bored right now with how things are going in your life. Like, it's all these issues and people, and it's like they're not working out, and you're not happy. And it's showing me that there's even a level with the Seven of Wands in reverse, there's a feeling of overwhelm that you're experiencing. You might even want to give up at times. But what the advice here is, you know, it seems like also there might be someone who's smothering you and possessive. Like a lot of this is negative energy, but the most important here is the Eight of Pentacles is telling us that, Leo, you're not done. Okay? You're still learning. You're still, you know, honing your skills. And like there's so much more to look forward to than all these negative things around you. And you know, you might be feeling like overwhelmed with everything, and sometimes you can't help but take care of the people around you, that you forget to take care of yourself. And I think going back to the original reading, it's like you need to, in my opinion, learn more about what you like and take part in the things that you enjoy. Life is too short to always be, you know, feeling this way and always giving to others. Like you can't fill others' cups if your cup isn't full itself, you know? And I think that's also something that you're noticing as well, Leo, that your cup is kind of like empty and you want to fill it. And you're just trying to figure out with what though. And so we got the Death card in reverse and the Devil card in reverse. And this is basically saying like, there's a chance that you're resisting change here. And you're losing sleep over it. You have to like accept change. I know it's scary, but you have to come to terms with it and accept it and rest. Most importantly is resting. And soon enough, you'll feel free from a lot of these burdens that's been weighing on you. And maybe this is your calling. So hang in there. And above all, take time to rest and pour into your own cup. Not getting enough rest. I'm into that. This is hitting hard. Oh my god. Yeah. And this is for the first half of February. So just know, like, if it hasn't happened yet, it will happen probably in the next week or two. But Leos, honestly, like, you guys just need to just chill out. Like, take time, think about things that you enjoy, think about yourself, and just meditate. Empty your mind of everything and just let everything rest. And don't deal with people until you have that moment to yourself. And don't give up. There's still so much for you to do. This is just you, like, honing your skills, you know? So, my question is, if it resonates, out of 10, how much did that resonate with you currently? Solid 8.5 to 9. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. It was good. My goal here is to address what important messages needs to come out. And it might not resonate with every person from that zodiac. Maybe it's just specific people in that zodiac that need to hear that message, that particular issue, hidden factors, but most of all, like, advice. Because my goal is to help people with this reading. In no way am I claiming to be like a psychic or anything. I just like want to have fun with y'all, but also see like if you guys can get something good out of it. Helping people is something that I resonate with the most. So if this resonates with you and if it helped you along the way, you know, just let me know. It makes me happy to hear that. Okay, next we're going to be dealing with is Virgo. Where's all my Virgos? All the Virgos! Virgo. My perfectionist Virgos. Oi. TikTok needs to make some zodiac themed gifts. The only time I've seen a zodiac gift was when, like, it's the host's birthday. They'll have that zodiac gift in their gifts. So I'm wondering if, like, if I go live during Aries season, will it show, like, the Aries gift? That'd be cool, though, if they had more, like, zodiacs. Just doing a hard shuffle. Want to make sure everything is mixed up. That's why, like, when it comes to, like, personal reads in the chat, I picked all, like, mostly the star gifts. So it resonates with the theme. Anywho. Virgo! Alright. Okay, we got some messages that already came out. We got the 2 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So this is telling me that there's like tension. There's like an imbalance in terms of like you and another person or you with others. And it seems like there's some emotional like stability that's coming along with this for the month of February. Please tell me more. Oh, damn, Virgo, shit, okay. So we have like these 4 cards that kind of jumped out me. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the 7 of Wands upright, the Tower in reverse, and then the Ace of Swords upright. Okay. Virgo, it seems like there is a personal transformation that is taking place for you. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. In order for things to proceed, maybe like things have to change. And it's showing me that you're getting a lot of mental clarity and breakthroughs from this experience. It's also giving you new ideas about like success. Of course, there comes challenge. Things that are worth it aren't easy to come by. Like there's always going to be like a challenge that you might need to overcome that is going to result into this transition. And from this, I feel like the order that came out is very important. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So there's a chance that there was a lost opportunity or a bad investment or something happened that wasn't really planned out, right? With this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And because of that follows challenge. You might be dealing with some personal struggle or like you might be having conflict with someone else. That's going to help you transform. Is their Tower moment in reverse, showing that there might be a delay or setback, but nonetheless, it's still a transition. It's still a change. And soon enough comes a breakthrough that gives you more mental clarity on this particular situation. What are some hidden factors for Virgo? What are some hidden factors for Virgo? We got the Page of Swords in reverse, which is like a warning of manipulation. Sorry. Yeah, there might be some, there seems to be like some type of like gossip that might be going around that is meant to deceive others or manipulate people. We have the Eight of Pentacles upright, and then we have the Four of Cups in reverse. Is there any other cards for hidden factors? Okay, this one. Okay, I'll read these and then I'll read that. So basically, there seems to be, with the Page of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and then the Four of Cups, it's telling me that there seems to be some talk going around in order to deceive others or manipulate others. However, if someone is like talking badly about you, just continue working hard and being diligent in your craft, whatever that might be, your job or whatever your hobbies are. Like, keep going. At some point, you're gonna come across on a epiphany moment, like a sudden awareness, in which you're gonna choose to withdraw for your own happiness. You're choosing happiness over whatever the other issue is, and you're gonna come to terms with that soon. Being accepting of that while you're like taking care of yourself and just focusing on honing your craft. With the King of Pentacles in reverse, the Fool card in reverse, and the Three of Wands in reverse. These are all reversed, okay? So in terms of hidden factors, it seems like there's an indecision or reluctance regarding like greed and self-indulgence, like chasing wealth and status. But there's also like this lack of planning involved. Now, I'm not sure if this is someone talking behind your back that is just not really thinking things through and just being selfish and greedy and really like caring about their status and their money and such. Like they're not really thinking things through when they talk smack and trying to be manipulative. This is stuff that's happening in the hidden factors for Virgo. So be careful of that. Can I get some advice? The Chariot in reverse came out, which is kind of like retrieving. You might feel like you have a lack of direction. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay. We have the Ace of Swords, and then we have the Four of Pentacles. Alright. Don't fight. Whoever this is, if and when you find this out, whoever this is, do not fight with this person. It's not worth it. There's a lot of bad luck with this person, and you don't want to get involved with that. This might be unfinished business of some sort that is involving this person, or this might be an issue that happened in a past life that's carrying on to this life, and it's overall like a lesson that the universe is giving you. And I think the most important thing here with the Ace of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords is in reverse, is that when you don't know something, people will tend to be hostile because they don't know what to expect, especially if there's an injustice involved, right? So unless you know all the facts and all the details of a situation, like, just hold back. I know it can be hard at times, like you feel like you need to do something, but don't get provoked. This is a lesson from the universe that is meant for you. This person comes off very greedy, and there's a lot of like possessive possessions here, like maternal possession things, like objects that they care a lot about. And it's just like, you know, this kind of person is someone that you shouldn't be around, you know, especially with the Chariot in reverse. It came out almost immediately. It's like the Chariot charges forward, but this time it's telling you to not charge forward, like pull back. because there's a lot of like bad energy with this. And in a sense, like this is the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Like this is a lesson that is taking place, but it's not technically your lesson. It's the other person's lesson, you know? So just continue focusing on yourself and honing your skills, and don't be around people who are like that. Like don't like confront them. It's best to like pull away, because this is a universe lesson, not only for yourself but also for them. And it's like, I think in this aspect it's for the other person, so don't get involved with that. See you later, Cynthia. Okay, that was Virgo's message. Now we're off to Libra. But I'm going to use the restroom real quick, guys, if that's okay. I've been... Alright, we're on Libra. I'm just going to do a hard shuffle again. I like that the readings tonight have been very different from one another. It's also good to see that there are like different kinds of readings that are coming out tonight. It's not like all of them are love or whatever. It seems like some of them are very like situational. Some of them are like personal. There's involving finances. It's warning like of others. Libra time. I wonder where Felicia is. I know she's a Libra. I always do this thing where I kind of like flip the cards, because like it really like mixes things up. See, I love these cards, but they're just too thick to shuffle. Like, you see how like this is? Mind you, I don't have like small hands, okay? So this is a pretty thick deck, you know? Libra. Libra, 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 Libra. Okay. All right, what can you tell me for Libra for the first half of February 2026? Libra, what are some messages for Libra? This one's sticking out. We got the 9 of Cups upright. Seems like you're happy about something. Oh, you knuckle. Okay. Oh, wow. This is actually a good reading so far. Okay. You got the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups followed through. But beforehand, we have like the 7 of Wands upright, and then the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so Libra, it looks like you're feeling like this level of satisfaction that's coming in February. Some emotional stability as well. It also is showing me that there's a chance that you can find some fulfillment or like a wish dream come true. Like there's a lot of happiness and love here that's coming into play. There's going to be a current challenge with the Seven of Wands, of course, but you're going to be manifesting like a new financial opportunity afterwards. Of course, there's struggle for the things that really matter, but it seems like after you struggle with this issue, there's going to be an opportunity for you to make more money, and it's going to probably lead to that level of contentment where you're going to have like a wish come true or a dream come true moment, and you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy either with like a lover or with your family. It's like a celebration worth having for home. This is really good. Of course, there's like some struggle first before, but something good is going to happen. Can you tell me hidden factors for Libra? We have the Page of Swords that came out. The Hermit card. The Nine of Pentacles. And the Knight of Cups. For some hidden factors. Okay. So there's going to be a period in February for Libra where they're going to merit the fruits of their labor, all the hard work that they put into something. It's going to come into fruition, and they're going to actually enjoy like the fruits of their labor, right? But there's a period, what seems like a moment where you want to be alone. You feel a level of like moodiness, and it's like you're trying to like soul search to some extent. You're trying to find wisdom out of something. So, you know, you don't want to overreact. So there's a point like where you're going to like pull away from everyone, because you don't want to be like you don't want to give any disappointment with your actions and your mood. So you're going to pull away from everyone, just self-search like yourself and understand like what's making you happy. You know, like there's a level of being independent as well. It's like there's a lot of things that you're going to experience being alone, but you're supposed to get wisdom out of that period about yourself. It's also your way of like not mistakenly being like moody towards people and hurting their feelings too. With the Page of Swords, it's telling me that at some point you're gonna be curious, and you're gonna have a new idea about something you want to do. You might actually go to school for something different, or you might actually enjoy something that you've learned in school. This is also telling me like there's a chance that you might have a new way of communicating with like others. Something is going to arise from this period of being alone where you want to try something new and like exercise that new ability. Let's pull some advice. Oh, we got the Justice card that came out upright. So with the Justice card, you have to know that it's a major arcana card. Basically, when this comes out upright, it's calling you to be account for your actions so that you'll be judged accordingly. So in regards to this card, there might be some legal matters that might take place. You need to handle it. Whatever legality issues that might come up, like only you can fix it and make it fair. Don't ignore it. Nine of Swords in reverse. Of course, Nine of Swords. It's an air card and you're a Libra. It's overthinking things. Feeling helpless, guilty. That's something that Libra does often. They overthink things. We got the Knight of Swords the Page of Swords, Temperance upright, Nine of Cups, and then the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So with the Justice card and the Nine of Swords, it seems like there's a legal issue that you're overthinking, but like it's because you have to take accountability for it and take care of it. Otherwise, there will be chaos that is going to invite a lot of impatience, which might contribute to your moodiness. Always be patient. Don't act rashly. Don't run into things right away. There's a level of management that you need to exercise with your situation. Meaning to say, you have to like stand up. You have to manage things. You need to figure things out and take leadership over it. Take charge. Otherwise, like you're not gonna grow from it. You're gonna be careless, and it's just like you won't grow as a person, and that's gonna low key bother you a lot. And it's just like you'll feel the most satisfaction and comfort in being stable. And I think that should be your ultimate goal in this whole like reading, is reaching that level of stability and finding that balance. Balancing your schedule, balancing your paychecks, balancing whatever issue or conflict with legal matters. Once things are more stable, then you'll find more inner peace. I know there's times where you might be curious and very enthusiastic to new ideas, but you also have to remember like there are some things that require your attention and need priority. So just be sure to take care of those legal issues. Otherwise, there will be more chaos and your happiness here might be affected by it. So I know like you feel like this level of happiness, but there's also like you can enjoy it, but also don't get too carried away into it, you could say, and be careless about the things that you need to take care of. You know, you gotta always balance it out. Like you had a lot of like happiness, now it's time to take care of like the things that stress you out. So that way, like it's a comfortable level. Now it's Libra. Next, Scorpio. What are you guys saying in the chat? Forever grateful it's e-learning, so I'm getting paid for doing nothing. Let's go, Scorpio. Where's all my Scorpios at? Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. Hello, Coco. All right, cards. We're gonna look at Scorpio. What are some important messages for Scorpio for February? The first half of February, the most important messages that we want to give to Scorpio. Okay, we got the King of Pentacles that came out. So King of Pentacles is regarding business. A figure that might be a leader in business. Maybe this is about a boss, or maybe this is about some type of security. Tell me more, cards, for Scorpio. Oh, we have another card. What the hell? Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. So, Scorpio, this is telling me this is telling me about money. This is talking about work. So what I'm gathering here is with the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles and then the Queen of Wands, it seems like you might be the one either having a goal of being like a leader in your job of some sort. Maybe you want to be a supervisor, maybe you want to be a manager, or maybe there's someone at the workplace that's kind of like inspiring you to want more for yourself. I see like with the Nine of Pentacles followed by the Eight of Pentacles, because the reason why I'm saying that too is like this card was literally behind this. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like this is showing me someone who is very like conservative and hardworking. They're always productive and they want to become more than what they are now. They want to be the leader. They don't want to be on the horse anymore. They want to be on the throne and they want to like be able to exercise their leadership. But I see a lot of like diligence from you right now in silence, where you're very like, you have high standards and you're working very hard on improving your skill set and honing it. But there's also with the Queen of Wands, which is telling me that like deep down, like you're confident. You can take care of shit by yourself. And it's just like, you know, you're determined, if anything, that you'll get there. So like this is really strong. Like I like this energy that Scorpio has. Like they have a very strong like mentality right now and they're just focusing on honing their skills. And it's gonna like lead to that point, this hard work to become more than what they are right now. So what are some hidden factors about this? These are coming out. This is... We got the Ace of Wands in reverse. We got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. We got the Strength card upright, and then we got the Ten of Swords in reverse. Okay. Hidden factors here. Scorpio, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm sensing delays. There's delays. It's going to like affect your mood. It seems like you're going to be having issues with self-care. Maybe maybe you need financial help at some point from someone, or like you have unpaid debts that are like affecting your mood. And this delay is not helping you. It's like warning you to have strength and to continue working hard and having passion for your dreams in spite of these delays and all these issues. It's like right now I'm sensing like you are so on fire at your job, but when you're at home, like you're stressed out by all these issues and you just feel defeated with these Ten of Swords. It's showing me like, you know, there also might be a chance of like a painful ending or betrayal that's gonna affect you deep down. I don't want to see that happen to you. Like you have such good energy and confidence, but something is going to happen that's gonna like be like a very painful ending to some extent, and you're gonna feel at a loss. But I think with the Strength card coming in is like, be strong for whatever is to come. Can we get advice for Scorpio, please? Fine. I didn't mean to do that. Let me reshuffle it. Hold on. Three of Wands upright. Page of Cups in reverse. Ace of Swords in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. Advice for you, Scorpio, is that you have to prepare to expand. And there's going to be a chance that you might lose focus on what's really important. There might be times where you kind of like escape from reality a bit, but you can't like lose focus. This is the one moment where you can't do that. You're going to feel hostile with whatever injustice that might come your way. And it's going to leave you bitter and cold-hearted. Like, for sure, 100%. Whatever is going to happen. But I think what the cards are warning here is, like, just be prepared to expand your wings to fly somewhere. Because there's a new beginning coming. Girl, I'm already there. I'm living in this one right now. Spot on for real. So with the Fool upright, there is a new beginning to look forward to soon. It's also followed by the Chariot and the King of Pentacles. So this is actually good. These three cards that came out afterwards for advice. In spite of how you're feeling with whatever is going to come, that's going to make you really bitter and cold, and it's an injustice. Know that there is a new beginning that you'll be like charging towards. You just have to maintain that willpower, that confidence, and honing your skills, all that like good energy. You need to hold on to it, okay? And know that something good is going to come, and just have that willpower to keep moving. And it's going to, with the King of Pentacles, it's showing me a lot more stability, a lot more success and control. So like, you have to hang in there and just keep moving forward regardless of what happens, okay? I think that was like very important, those last three cards. That's like, I usually stop, but I felt like, no, there's still more that needs to be said. That's for Scorpio. For full circle though, with that King, all I heard was it gets worse before it gets better. Where you're at right now, if this resonated with you, since you are a Scorpio, is that your work ethic and your self-confidence in your workspace and your dreams, your passion, it's all in the right energy, all in the right direction. Keep holding on to that, because that's your willpower, okay? That's your willpower that's going to help you keep going and find better things out there for you, where it's going to give you so much more stability. And like, yeah, things are going to get worse before they get better, but what's going to actually keep you afloat is that willpower. Yes, this is very chill. Good, and you? I'm good. How was your day? I was sad in the morning, but then I did some work, and then I played some video games. I checked in on y'all. And then I was like, I went live earlier with Kambugi, because we were trying to prepare like the poll and just make it more structured. Because I kind of wanted this moment for us to have fun with tarot, and it can be long, for sure. So like, I'm glad that like this time is a little bit more chill than last time. Because like last time, there was people coming in, right? And asking me random questions in the middle of my readings. So, yeah. Chilling and relaxing. I like hearing this. Do you guys like the music? I hope it's like really good vibes too. I'm always open to these kind of suggestions and such. Okay, Sagittarius, it's your turn. We're almost there, guys. For all my like Pisceans that are waiting at the end, like, thank you. Okay, what are some messages for Sagittarius from the month of February. This one's coming out. We got the Queen of Wands. It seems like there's like courage here. Oh, the heck. Oh shit, Wheel of Fortune. What is this? Lesson. Okay. We got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We got the Judgment card in reverse. We got the Queen of Wands upright. And then we got the Seven of Pentacles upright. Okay. So it seems like there's something outside of your control that's happening for you, Sag. Like the first couple of weeks of February. And it seems like there might be like a resistance to change to some extent. And this is like a lesson that is meant to be given to you from the universe. With the Judgment card upright and the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles. So there is something that's going to change here. You're going to be entering a new phase in your life where you're going to see the long-term view of things. Like you're planting the seeds of what's to come in your future and you're watching it grow. But there's like a level of like confidence you have right now, which is great. Sometimes change, people aren't confident because they don't know what to expect and they're afraid. But it seems like there's a new change in your life that's outside of your control that is going to lead you into a new phase in your life. This kind of music always hits. I like it. That's good. What are some hidden factors for Sagittarius? What are some hidden factors for Sagittarius, please, regarding this situation? Hidden factors. Wait. Okay, all these cards came out. I should just read it then. We got the Moon in reverse. We got the Moon in reverse. We got the Six of Cups upright, followed by the Eight of Cups in reverse. The Seven of Swords upright. The Lover's card in reverse. Let's start with these first, and then I'll read the rest. Okay. So then we have these other cards as well. There was a betrayal that took place. There was a betrayal that took place, and there's a part of you that feels very indecisive about this betrayal. Like, you don't know if the choice you're making on handling this betrayal is the right move or not. There's a part of you that wants to try one more time of giving it a chance, but there's also, like, this fear of change and loss that comes along with this change. Like, there's points of this that makes you uncomfortable, actually. And with the Moon in reverse, it's like there's a lot of, like, inner confusion that you're experiencing from all of this. Like, there's a lot of repressed emotions that are coming into play. And, like, I see you withdrawing yourself to an extent to do things that you enjoy from your past. Or, better yet, maybe it's someone from your past that betrayed you that is trying to come back for another chance. And you have all this repressed emotions that's going to come to the surface when that happens. Yeah, this feels like a love reading, honestly. Or maybe, like, even with, like, a connection with someone who it might not even be love. It might just be like one other person that you were probably friends with and they betrayed you, and they're coming back for asking for another chance, and you don't know if you want to give them that chance. You know, you have a lot of repressed emotions and you feel very confused. It is a transition with the Six of Swords in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles and then the Lover's card in reverse. So it's something that you are leaving behind. Letting go of, like, excess baggage. You wanted to do something that's practical and, you know, good for you, that nurtures yourself. Yeah, there's there's a detachment here with the Lovers in reverse. It seems like you're not really attached to this person anymore. It's showing me like there was a lot of suffering that you endured from this, and there's like an imbalance. Like you guys can't be together even if you want to. You're confused because you don't know if this is the right move. But like, I think it's done. Whatever this is with this past person, it's done. Like, there's no turning back. There's parts of you that doubts it and wonders if you should, and you're kind of scared of like regretting it. But like, you gotta like stick with your Queen of Pentacles. Like, you are that Queen of Pentacles. Like, you need to provide for yourself financially and just keep it moving. You know, you can't keep like going back to the past, because like right now, like if you go back, and this is why it's important to have that Wheel of Fortune show itself, it's going to repeat itself over and over and over. Like whenever the Wheel of Fortune comes out, to me it's either like unresolved issues from a past life that's coming back to the real life, or it's a lesson from the universe that's going to keep repeating itself over and over and over until you get the lesson. And I think right now, like with this situation that's going to come about, like this past person definitely is just excess baggage. And, you know, you're in your Queen of Pentacles phase, and it's like, it's hard because like you're still transitioning from this change without this person. And you're kind of afraid that like, hey, like what if things were to work out if I give them a chance? You know, I'm scared of that change. Well, yeah, it could be bad, but it could also be good for you. You never know. And it's just like, until you learn your lesson and make your decision, this is going to keep coming out with this Wheel of Fortune card. Good riddance to them. Hey Karen, what's up? Hey Ada, welcome in. We're doing Sagittarius right now. Can I get advice for Sagittarius that's pertaining to this situation? We got a 10 of Wands upright. Most importantly, the description for these cards are very situational, and I think I should read this one out loud. For the 10 of Wands, it says, you worked hard to accomplish your goals, but now you must deal with the burden of success. You find that in order to stay on top, you must maintain the responsibilities you completed and keep working on them. You need to let go of some of these responsibilities to avoid overburden. So I think it fits into the theme of this reading. There is some achievements and responsibilities that you have, but like it could eventually become a burden if you're not balancing it well with everything else. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. We got the Fool in reverse. And then we get the Page of Swords in reverse. Don't be reckless, is what I'm seeing with the Fool card in reverse. Don't be naive and reckless. Followed by the Page of Pentacles. There's a lack of commitment here that's taking place. There's going to be a lot of undelivered promises from this person. So advice-wise for Sagittarius that are going through this, because I'm getting this as a love reading, whoever this person is that's trying to come back in your life, they're going to be very like, they're going to be very hasty, and they're going to make a lot of promises they can't keep. And it's warning you to not be reckless, and, you know, don't be naive. Like this person, you know how they are, you know what they're capable of. They're not going to carry out their promises, okay? They might even rush you into making a decision. That's all red flags. And it's just like, this person is not interested in committing. Your definition of commitment that you're craving is what this person's not going to give you. And with the 10 of Wands, like, you have other things that you got to worry about. You don't need to be burdened by this person. Hi. So, like, I think that's pretty straightforward, Sagittarius, regarding this particular thing. I know it's hard to swallow the truth, even if it's very simple. But if you come across this video, Sagittarius, and this resonates with you, and you want to continue, you can always reach out to me over DM for a private read. Next, let's do Capricorn. I can't handle the truth. Listen, I have readings with like private readings with clients where they will ask me the same question over and over and over in different ways, and I already answered it. And no matter what way you ask the question, it's still going to be the same answer. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. It's just like, girl, they're desperate for something better. Yeah, no, it's just like sometimes like these Wheel of Fortune readings, because it came out for her too, are very, very hard to let go of. 100%. These are the really intense like lessons in life that keep repeating itself and the person's just not getting it. You know, like you can literally slap the face out of this person with the answer and they still won't get it. It's one of those type of things. And it's just like, I'm trying really hard to have patience, but like you're getting kind of annoying now and I don't want to keep being here telling you the same shit. I feel like a goddamn parrot. So I usually do that. I'm getting the big money soon. I think. I don't remember, but I'll post it. Chat, do you guys remember Aries' reading? Can you do a recap for Karen? Was Aries good at least? I don't remember, to be honest. I've been talking a lot and I forget. Damn it, Nikki! Girl! I'm gonna send that one to my Aries friend if it's a fortune. Yeah, sure, if you want. Chat, I don't remember Aries. Do you guys remember Aries? And I'm an Aries too. I'm sorry. It's a lot tonight. Okay. Now that we had that good social break, we're going to go straight into Capricorn and then Aquarius and Pisces, okay? All right. Can you tell me any important messages for for Capricorn? What are some important messages for Capricorn? Okay, we got the Six of Cups in reverse. Is my Capricorn in the chat? I know I have one Capricorn at least. Yeah, I think the other Capricorn's working. We got the Six of Cups in reverse, and then we got the Page of Swords in reverse. It seems like you're not really happy about some stuff. Can you tell me more? For Capricorn. Carrie, you're funny. Okay. Capricorn. You have the Two of Pentacles upright. You have the Chariot in reverse. You have the Eight of Cups in upright. You have the Death card upright. And then you have the Three of Swords upright. It seems like there's some type of deception that's taking place here. And it's affecting your inner joy. You might be heartbroken about something. There's an ending that's involved. Disappointment. Lack of control. Multiple priorities. Okay, so there's a lot of things happening here. For the Capricorns where this resonate with, this might involve a past relationship with someone that caused a lot of grief. Maybe this is something that you felt abandoned on. And this could be a relationship with anyone. This could be like intimate relationship. This can be like a family relationship or a friendship relationship. This is talking about like the heartbreak of being betrayed by someone. And they like were deceptive. And it impacted like your inner happiness a lot. And it's hard for you to like come like forward and focus on this because you have so many things that you have to worry about right now. Like time management is very important to you right now. There was a lot of aggression involved in this situation, and it just seems like you weren't really going forward. It made you retreat and back away. Yeah, it seems like you were disappointed and it made you back away, and you're still backing away. But like this might have happened before a change in your life. Before, like wherever there's an ending, there's always a beginning, right? So like this is a transition. This was a transitional period. For me, this feels like past energy, but it's like past energy coming back. But yeah, it seems like someone who might have hurt you that's still present. And you're like still transitioning out of that. And no, not this one. What are some hidden factors? I don't know, this reading kind of like, it gives a lot of negative energy. It seems like someone, a Capricorn who might be going through something with someone who betrayed them and is making them feel like shit. And they're like trying to hold back and not come into play. Delays with the 8 of Wands. Yeah, this seems like a very specific type of reading, honestly. Someone who is going through some shit. What are some hidden factors? Like someone who, like this Capricorn is very frustrated about a delay of something. Okay, these are coming out. Okay, we got the Devil card upright, and then we got the 10 of Swords upright, followed by the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the 7 of Wands. So there's a lot of temptation here that is causing delays. Like it's like this is for a Capricorn that was betrayed and is still kind of lingering, but not like charging forward. They're more withdrawn. They're disappointed with the betrayal, and they're frustrated because it seems like they feel like there's pull to the situation, like they're addicted to the situation, and like they're at a loss. They're at a loss. This was a very painful ending to something that they thought wasn't gonna like be the way it is. And now they feel like they're stuck and they're exhausted and they feel like they're about to give up. Yeah, Ada, I feel like this is for a different Capricorn. Because I like... What are some advice we can give this Capricorn who might be in this situation? You have the Death card upright and then the 10 of Wands in reverse. So the Death card means like... I mean, Death card came out twice in this reading. You have it here and then you have it here. In order for things to begin, in order for things to change, it has to end. Like, it's not like a bad thing, because it's always followed by a beginning. You know? There's a transformation that's going to happen. The Emperor in reverse. With the 10 of Wands in reverse, it's showing me that, like, you know, right now, like, you're avoiding any type of responsibility. You feel overburdened. Honestly, I don't blame you. Like, with all these cards that came out, like, it would be surprising to see if you're still, like, able to function. I think, like, personally, like, outside of the tarot, someone who has these type of, like, feelings and going through this type of situation needs a break. Needs to, like, just separate from everyone. Because right now you're overwhelmed with so much shit going on. So you feel like you need to avoid responsibility. And that is advice from the tarot. The Emperor in reverse, it seems like there was like abuse of power of some sort, and like it was in the reason for that is because there was like a need for control. So like in terms of advice, like maybe you need to like avoid responsibility to take back some control in your life. even though this is an ending and there's so much to look forward to, like a new beginning to follow through, like you definitely need to like just chill out and just, you know, take your power back in your life, you know? These cards were coming out. I feel for this Capricorn. We have the Three of Swords in reverse and the Moon. The Queen of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. The Lovers. Seven of Wands. Page of Cups. I'm pulling out a lot of cards because I really feel really bad for this person. Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you need to heal. There's a part of you that's refusing to let go too, but like you have to heal and let go. With the Moon upright, it's going to reveal a lot of hidden enemies. A lot of like dangerous things will come into play and will be revealed to you. So don't turn blindly to those things, those red flags, those factors. With the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like that's you. I feel like deep down, you're very nurturing. You're very kind-hearted, and you give a lot. And that sucks because like people will know that and they'll take advantage of you, you know? And it also says that there was a lot of like financial stress involved and a lot of immaturity and lack of focus that was taking place. There's a lot of resistance to change here. But like all these choices were made because you were in love. And, you know, like you just wanted to keep the peace. But like you have to let go in order to heal. And just know, like, because things are going to end, there's always going to be a beginning that follows. And like, I know it's hard, but you got to let go and you have to recognize these red flags. Like, you know, don't resist change. Yeah. Oh, Capricorn. If there's any Capricorns that related to this reading, you know, I hope that things can get better. Because this is coming for the first 2 weeks of February. If they resonate with it now, it's only going to, like, go in that direction even further. Which I kind of feel bad for. I had to pull more cards out, guys. Like, when I see shit like that, I really genuinely feel bad for this person. And I'm just like, shit, I can't leave it like that. I have to, like, I can't. Like, I would morally feel wrong. Okay. Next, we're going to be doing Aquarius. And then we got Pisces. And if anyone wants, like, any questions answered, like, my mods can, like, let you know the prices and all that stuff and instructions. Whoever you are, take care of yourself. Dang. Can't help but worry for this Capricorn. Well, yeah, it was heavy. Yeah, I felt like, damn, all the energy was like, I was like, oh my god. Poor Capricorn. Okay. Aquarius' turn, yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna do another hard shuffle. How you guys holding up tonight? Do you guys enjoy listening to, like, the tea of the zodiacs? Listening to this while I do homework? Yes! I'm tired as fuck, but this is relaxing. That's good. Hope you can wind down to this. Sometimes, like, once it's, like, the end of the day, I don't want to, like, go into a stream where I feel stressed out and, like, the streamer is, like, yelling and shit. And it's, like, overstimulating. I just want to, like, wind down and chill, but also get some, like, entertainment out of it. Yeah, yes, I enjoy this. Good. Because I'm an introvert and sometimes like I just need something chill to set the mood. Guys, I'm low-key kind of like nervous. I don't want to read Aquarius. I literally got goosebumps just now. I'm just overwhelmed. Unwind before bed. Really is a nice way to just chill and relax. I'm glad. Like, I feel like my heart is like squeezing right now. Okay, let's do this. Okay, cards, tarot cards. What are some important messages for Aquarius in the beginning of February? We have the Temperance in reverse, Temperance card in reverse, and then we got the Three of Wands in reverse. So this is talking about an imbalance. There's like an excessive amount of indulgence, overindulgence, and extremes that are taking place with this card. There's also like warning of like getting into addiction like alcoholism and drinking and such. Followed by the Three of Wands in reverse. There's not much planning going on here. There's a lot of unexpected delays as well. Can you tell me more? Tell me more for Aquarius, please. Three of Cups. King of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. It seems like with the Three of Cups and then the King of Pentacles, there's a level of greed that took place and a lot of like stubborn indulgence, material loss involved. It seems like there's a level, this happened and it's resulting to you in going out and spending time with friends. You're trying to find any type of happiness that you can feel. With the Ten of Cups in reverse, there's a lot of like lack of inner joy that's taking place. And then the Ace of Wands, there seems to be even more delays and lack of motivation and energy. It's like the passion you had is gone. And like you're lost. And so you're trying to go out, overindulge, and numb it all out. But like you're not really planning. There's like a lot of lost hope here. You're craving, with the sun upright, it seems like craving positivity. You're trying to find happiness. You're trying to find joy, warmth. but with the Death card, something just recently ended, so things are changing, and you're trying to approach that new beginning. Can I get some hidden factors, please? We got the King of Wands. We got the Three of Pentacles. We got the Two of Swords in reverse. Got the Page of Pentacles and the Fool card upright. Okay, so let's start with this, right? With the King of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and then the Two of Swords. So, you are the King of Pentacles. You are a natural leader. You have a lot of, this is like a very strong fire energy card. You had a lot of like, you were looking at things at the big picture, and there's like a lot of like vision that you had. And you overcame a lot of like challenges. And with the Three of Pentacle cards, you know, like there was a lot of teamwork that was involved. You learned a lot. Building something from nothing. And these are hidden factors, okay? So like in regards to that particular situation, with the Two of Swords in reverse, it seems like there wasn't a right choice regardless of what the situation was. And there was just so much information going on. You felt very indecisive, but ultimately you picked the lesser of two evils. That's what the situation was. You felt stuck. With the Fool card in reverse and the Page of Pentacles, it's showing that you're holding back a lot too. You're holding a lot. There was a lot of holding back in general, and there was a lot of recklessness that took place, and bad choices were made. At the end of the day, you were just trying to like manifest yourself an opportunity, or you were trying to like manifest an opportunity in general, like where you can have more financial development, but you were too hasty and it led to a bad choice. And like this card's showing itself at the top, which is showing me like you're trying to like go back into like familiarity. Sometimes you're looking at childhood memories that make you happy as a form of escaping the current situation. Can I get advice for Aquarius, please? The fuck? Page of Swords in reverse, the Fool in reverse, the Sun in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay. We'll read this first. With the Page of Swords and the Fool in reverse, it's showing that there was a lot of undelivered promises and a lot of like recklessness that took place. Like you were too hasty because there was too much like, because it was like, this is kind of hard too, because it's like the Sun in reverse and the Nine of Wands. So like with the Nine of Wands, right, it talks about like, you know, feeling reluctant and paranoia and being defensive. Like that's a lot to carry for the Nine of Wands to be coming out like this. It's also talking about like, you know, because like there was a lot of like paranoia and defensiveness, like there was a lingering worry that caused even more sadness. And because of all those feelings, like there was like hasty decisions that were made that weren't the best, and they were reckless. But it's because like there's a level of naivety that took like precedence over the situation. A lot of undelivered promises and deceit that took place. But I need advice, like Seven of Swords upright. Okay. So the Seven of Swords is about deception, being sneaky about a situation, then facing it head on. It may be you or someone in your life who is going behind the backs of others. When drawing this card, be sure to reflect on your intentions and make sure they are pure. Basically, this card is about betrayal and selfishness and deception. You have the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse, and then the Moon reverse. So with the Queen of Wands, I think this is you or someone else. It's in regards to being angry and petty, which causes like the Six of Wands, which is regarding like egotism and lack of recognition. There's a lot of self-doubt involved. The Moon in reverse is talking about blocked intuition and silence and inconsistency. So what I'm going to say in terms of advice, because this feels like a lot of negative, you blocked out your intuition. Aquarius is about intuition and creativity. And it's like when you block that out, like you start losing balance in all these other things. And it gets you paranoid. It makes you make a lot of reckless decisions. There was a lot of like deception involved here, and there was a lot of hasty actions involved. And like there was a point of being petty and just being selfish and high egotism in this. I think it's weird because usually when I pull out advice, like the cards give advice. But I feel like this card is kind of like just pointing out all the shit that Aquarius was like, you know, like exerting, if that makes sense. It's like telling Aquarius like, you fucked up. And this is how you fucked up. You were too paranoid. You were always worried. You got sad. You made hasty decisions. You betrayed a lot of people, and then all this other shit. Like, you know, it just feels like it's very accusational. It doesn't really like give like advice to your situation, which is kind of off-putting for me personally. Because like the other reads, like the white cards to pull out give advice, but this is just like kind of feels like it's like attacking in a way. But the only thing that I feel like was really like advice regarding all of this is just like the fact that it was talking about like with the Moon card in reverse. So it's like there was like an inconsistency involved where your intuition was blocked off. And like maybe your intuition would have given you something much more solid foundation to like go off on. Oh. Yeah, that was it for Aquarius. We're gonna move on to Pisces. You guys want to take a moment to talk about it? Because I'm sure you guys have thoughts and feelings, and I don't want to continue unless we can clear that out. Doesn't feel right if I leave it unattended. Yes. What is it, Laloon? That felt heavy. My face the whole time. Do you need a break? I think talking about it is a good break because I feel like some tension from this right now. This reading felt. This reading felt indeed different than the other readings. I will say that. That's all I'll say about that. This is why I don't like reading tarot sometimes. I feel like I just found out a lot of things that I should know about, you know? Laloon. Calling for accountability. The energy from this reading was also heavy. Yeah, it did. I'm getting like chills and goosebumps. I'm doing a heart shuffle for Pisces while we just take a moment. Ooh. You guys think that reading was accurate? Do it. Shuffle them cards. Got you. Don't worry, Pisces. We always save the best for last, okay? Yeah. That, I'm gonna be real with you, that reading was a little too accurate. Like, even the leadership and like the people coming together for dream work, like everything about it just was too accurate. And yeah. Oh, man. Sometimes I wonder if he's ever like low-key watching these videos. But it's okay. Last but not least, Pisces. Oh shit. Sorry, y'all didn't see that. Y'all didn't see that. Redo. That one didn't count. That don't really count. Pisces, let's go. And then I'm also gonna shuffle very thoroughly real quick your advice cards. I've never seen like the advice cards come off that way. Like I was like really trying to like make sense out of it and see like what's the advice. Like it didn't really feel like there was only like one card in there that felt like it was advice. So it's a bit sad. That was a very situational reading. We hallucinated. We saw it. Advice, stop doing what you're doing. You're this. I honestly felt attacked just reading it, dude. I was like, what the fuck? But you guys can see, like, I am thoroughly trying to shuffle everything. And like these cards, let me show you real quick. Like they barely have a picture. So it's like I have to read what is said here. And like if I feel like the paragraph is like resonating with someone's situation, then I try reading it out loud. Like, I purposely bought these cards because you can't really see the image in the background and it won't like get flagged on TikTok. But like, I also wanted to be more straightforward and easy. So like, if I'm like asking for advice or if I'm trying to clarify a card more, this is much more easier and clear and straight to the point. So yeah. Yo, Happles, welcome in, bro. How you doing? Even the cards were not happy either. I was wondering where you were earlier when I was doing Taurus. We just finished Aquarius, and now we're going to do Pisces. Apples. It was such an intense reading. Like, everyone in the chat felt it for Aquarius reading. It was really harsh. I was eating dinner earlier. What did you eat? Did you enjoy? Oh man, yeah, Apples, dude, bro. All of us felt it, right? It was a heavy ass read. That did not feel general at all. That felt very, very specific. She's gonna post a video later so you can see. Leftover pork with zucchini and mushrooms. That sounds delicious. And it's leftover too, so it's definitely marinated in. Alright, let's conclude this up with Pisces. What can you tell me for Pisces, please, for the month of February? Beginning of February, what is in store for Pisces? Maybe it's also my fault because I was thinking about it. Okay, Pisces, we got the Queen of Pentacles upright coming out. It seems like you're going to be nurturing. Look at how pretty that card is. You're going to be like nurturing and providing. Looks like you're very big in your finances for that month, beginning of the month. Oh shit, there's a challenge. Okay. There's either a challenge or you're feeling competitive and protective over something. With that 7 of Wands. And then you got the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh. I should just hold off reading until I get more cards out. Can you give me more cards? Alright, so a bunch of cards came out. So I'm going to read them in order. So we have these first cards came out. Then we had these come out. Alright, so Pisces, overall, you're going to be very focused on your finances at the beginning of February. And you have a very strong, nurturing energy coming into that month. However, there seems to be a challenge or competition of some sort where you feel like you have to be protective. Now, it might involve someone who is possessive or very stingy. Because, like, the thing is with the Queen of Pentacle cards is she's nurturing, so she's also very, like giving with her finances to some extent. Like, she'll give, like, and protect those she loves. Like, maybe even, like, paying for dinner or something. That's very Queen of, like, Pentacles energy type, right? But it seems like you're coming into conflict with someone who is the exact opposite. That is greedy, possessive, and stingy. And probably likes to spend a lot of money, too. But, you know, not their money. Someone else's money. So, like, if you're meeting someone like that might want to go on a date, be careful because they probably will try to get you to pay for it type shit. There's also the 9 of Swords that came up. It seems like there's a lot of anxiety and fear lately. Like, you're having a lot of nightmares and it's keeping you up at night regarding something. I don't know if it's about this situation or some problems that you might be having. With the High Priestess card, this is a very important card because it talks about, like, trusting in yourself and your intuition. Your intuition here is what's going to be guiding you through this experience. And it might be the thing that's giving you anxiety and worry at night that's causing you to not sleep right. Maybe, like, you recently fought with someone that was greedy and it gave you a lot of heartache, and it gave you, like, there's a lot that made you feel anxious, and you don't know if you did the right thing. But like, you gotta trust your intuition, Pisces. That's what's really important here in this whole situation. The other cards that came out. Oh, great. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune has come out for Pisces in reverse. And then we got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Wands upright, and then we got the World card upright. So, this is a life lesson. This is a life lesson that's going to keep repeating itself until you learn the lesson. It could also be unfinished business from the past, your current past in this lifetime, or a past life. Just know with the Ace of Wands right next to it is very telling. So this can also represent like sexual energy, you know, and going forward with that. But it can also talk about like, you know, new desires or a new project that might come in that will have your full attention and that will keep you active. But if I had to put it in a story, I would say that Pisces is pissed off, like, because Pisces is very nurturing and they're very good with their money. They came across some asshole who isn't, that's stingy, and they fight with them all the time, protecting what's important. And it feels like the stress of it keeps them up at night for Pisces, and they always question themselves and they always doubt themselves. But followed by the High Priestess, it's telling Pisces, listen, you gotta trust your intuition with this. And with this Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it's talking about the lack of long-term vision. So that means, like, you know, it's like working hard without the rewards is what you're feeling. Like, you worked so hard, why aren't you reaping what you sowed, right? Where's my rewards for my benefit from me working so hard? Like, you're not getting it. And it's just like, with this Wheel of Fortune, it's telling us like, this is like a repetitive cycle in your life. So this might be a familiar circumstance that you're used to that keeps coming up and like, you know, kind of like checking you and testing you to see if you're gonna make the right decision. And there might be times where like whoever this person is might actually try to seduce you or get you to desire to start like something up with them again. But I feel like with this card that came out, the World in upright, you're already accomplished. You're already complete. You don't need this from this person. You don't need their validation. It's giving you Yo, apples. This is giving me that. Okay. What are some hidden factors? Hidden factors for Pisces. We got the Eight of Swords in reverse. We got the Hangman in reverse. We have the Ace of Cups upright. And we have Temperance. Any more other cards for hidden factors? We got the Magician, the Moon, and the Hermit. Okay, this is really interesting. Okay. Eight of Swords first. Okay, so just to know that this whole row is for like hidden factors about the situation that Pisces doesn't know. So it seems like Pisces, you have a lot of self-limiting beliefs about yourself, like you're your inner critic, and like you got to release all those negative energies. It's really like messing with you. With the Hangman upright, it's always like this is the right position to like get this card in, honestly. It talks about like pausing and surrendering and like looking at things in different perspectives. Letting go of an old view and adopting a new view to see things for how they are. And with these two cards coming out next to each other, I'm guessing like the hidden factors is like, you know, you need to let go of these negative thoughts and being a critic. You know, view things differently. And then love will find you. because the Ace of Cups is a very strong love card. It means that there's an offer coming through. It means that like there's an opportunity that might be coming. But most importantly, like new feelings, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, are going to begin. And so, like, in order for you to get to that point, you kind of have to stop being your hardest critic and let go of those negative thoughts in order to get to that like point in your time where you get that type of positive reinforcement. With the Temperance upright follow through, it talks about having that balance and being more full of purpose and having all the things that you need in the right way you need it. So I think the hidden factor here is also kind of like revealing some advice for you, Pisces, is that once you let go of that, you're going to be more stable and more at peace with yourself. And then followed by the Magician, which is one of the most strongest cards in the tarot deck, it talks about action, manifestation, right? And like once you become more stable within yourself, you're able to manifest more for yourself. Whatever it is, whatever action you want to do, whatever dreams you want to chase after, whatever you want to do will come to like fruition. It will manifest itself. It's just like once you figure out that point where you're stable and you know what you want, things become more easier for you to like act on it with that Magician card coming in. And then you followed by the Moon card in reverse. It's talking about like, you know, any inner confusion that you might have or repressed feelings, you got to let go of that, releasing that fear and, you know, releasing those insecurities, followed by the Hermit. The Hermit is talking about isolation, of course, in reverse. It can also mean like pulling away and feeling lonely. And it's just like, you got to release all that fear when you're alone. And maybe that's why you do go alone sometimes. You need to let go of a lot of emotions that are negative. And if that resonates with you, maybe this is good advice to follow because it's a really good reading. It's just that I think Pisces' biggest enemy right now is themselves and the negative thoughts that hold them down. It's like you kind of have to let go of the perspective you have and look at it differently, and more things will come to you once you do. Can I get advice for Pisces? Oh. We have the Six of Swords upright, which is talking about transition, moving on. Oh, oops, no. I'm getting sloppy, let me fix this. Seven of Pentacles upright. Four of Swords upright. Okay, let's start with these. Regarding advice, Six of Swords. You are, and this is advice, okay? So the advice from the white cards are saying you need to recover and move on. With the seven, followed by the Seven of Pentacles and Four of Swords, there is a lot of planning that needs to happen in order for you to have that growth you need. You need to persevere through all of the struggles that come from this issue. Followed by the Four of Swords, it's also talking about like recharging. Sometimes the most important thing is just secluding yourself and recharging yourself, whatever it is, mentally, emotionally, you know, your health, your spirituality, everything. I think with all that's happened, like you definitely need to plan ahead for yourself, and it is going to be a slow growth, but you have to pick your pace, if that makes sense. Like, don't feel pressured to like grow fast and mature right away. Like, you know, making that progress at your own pace, but still going in that direction of progress is what really matters. And recognizing that, like, you need to look at things in a more positive light. Like, hey, like, instead of saying, oh, I was so stupid for doing that, like, look at it as like, well, you know what? I felt this way before, but then when I looked at it and I looked at other things, it's like, you know, I realized there were some things that I missed out on, and that's my fault. And you know what? I'll try to do better. I'll try to be more mindful, and I'll keep going forward trying to be better. Like that's the kind of way you gotta like switch it up a bit. It's not completely positive, but it's also like there's more positive in that perspective than what you were previously thinking. And so that's the direction that the cards are kind of like pointing it in. Then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and then the Queen of Wands upright. So the Queen of Cups can talk about emotional insecurity and coldness. Seven of Cups is talking about temptation and confusion. And then the Queen of Wands is determination, courage, and independence. So this could also be situational because it's involving two queens. It's like you're not really sure about whether or not if you're coming off as cold or emotionally insecure. Like there's a lot of confusion there that's getting involved. But what you want to be is someone that is like determined. Someone who is able to handle things on their own. Someone who is like courageous and not afraid. I think this is like you wanting that for yourself. And it's just like, I think it's possible, since this all came out in like the advice like spread, that like when you move on and you plan and you do the recharging and you focus on your health, you slowly but surely start changing into the person you want to be. And right now, like I'm sensing this is who you are right now, which is the Queen of Cups. Like you have a lot of emotional insecurity and you feel like sometimes you could be really cold to people, but you don't want to be like that. And it's because you've been through a lot of shit. And like when you go through shit, you can't help but close off. But it doesn't mean that it's the end. Like there's always opportunities to switch things around and change your life for the better. And so what the overall message is here is like, you want to move on. You can. Of course, you need time to recover. You know, it's a slow growth. It's growth regardless, even though if it's slow. And just know that like, you know, taking time to rest and seclude yourself in order to recharge before you handle something can make a big difference on how you handle things and think of things. So just don't be hasty. Take time to yourself, sit on it, and like try to go about it when you're much better. And soon enough, you will be determined, you will be independent, and you would have more courage. And that was Pisces. And this is concluding the all signs reading for the first half of February. Hi, John Michael. How are you? Ooh. How are we feeling, Pisces? Did that resonate with you? You guys can see my tan. Like, I don't go out often, but I'm still kind of tan. I'm mad Filipino, bro. I don't go outside, I'm still dark. Feeling hopeful. I'm glad. Did it resonate with you? Yes. Okay, out of like 10, how much? I gotta ask. I have to. You know what I mean? We gotta ask Sammy after she watches this. Good job, Tarot Queen. Thank you. We were live for like 3 hours. Holy shit. Out of 10, a 9. Yes.